lo jong zimba pambo nambo tendi ko gomba jidan sungudo wa ta ngarang zong nga zong ji le tangbo ba inna tangbo den la choba dangde nuba makeros ni pe 직 교랑 la pe ne keki ta nuba makero jinser ba 꿀자다네 den choba dangde ta ngarang zu cho가 망보지 열다 자숨 생긴 손들지 디갈들 생긴 손들지 딜들 생긴 손들지 갑시 생긴 그래서 건가 다 공대 뒤두고 왔다 저바 대소 대도 당야지 저바디 어디 내 당보와 있나 아니 내가 마셔러 왔을때 단 내가 kell라 그냥 그 옆에 찹딘 인스테야 소리지래 거도두스 내 당보와 있나 다 신도 로 장심바 덴디지나 로톱 처럼로 인선다 데레는 배 그런가 너배 깨와데 야보 좀 뒤지지 애니 냠내는 팽기도 쓰는 땅에 들이 어디 배제는 되는 송한테 다가랑 차고 와 어디도 쓰래 어디에 뭐네 가지 당보 너배 마켜서 땅난다 잠니지 장주기 섬 꾸니 나는 불고 와래 어다지 뭐네 너바 깨러지 야보중송 걔는 너바 깨와데 편소서데 당이나 잠니지 장주기 섬군에 나와서 민세부터 전부 자디야래 디 뭐네가 녀에 돈이 그지 즉 뭐네 단다디 오하연 대전라 다른 길렌다세요 거기 맹가나라 가지 가서 데두스네 네 두신 잠바기는가 디 제디 매서러지더라 응아 균이 냠뇽 매인자 아니니 야 야갈라 폰다 네 겐라 폰다 두신이 네 그냥 파송에 겐기 존디나라 또 어디로 망보가래 되게 된도니스 아니 두주마지 땅나 아니 니지 아버지 곰 니지 잠바데 니지 곰나 팽팽거리 마음나 용 말이 아니베 두주마다 당아 진당겨 말이 참 니지 군이스네 풀고래 세대 경기 때가나 인도스지데가라 이거 디나라 미두라기도 와 어다 참 니지 시부시게 침버려 여름부제 승구도 와 여름부제 니베 바게 다람살라 누빌링게 야니 유주지어라 쪽보시 어디는 잠바텔라 제두스 아니 미망보게 되네 그 망보죠 인상 아니 여름부제 인생시 엔 여름부제 대패 니지 고면 인생 소도 그게 즉 되라 지 장하다 되리 근치네 니지 곰도스제네 잠차서 소도 그는 수지나 오늘 개와지리가라 파페 맞는 니지 끊을라네 지지에나데 톱 전부도 니버튼 버지 온 그래 쉽게 전부래 잠니시 생기 10분 니버튼 버지 도가 어디 개천부래 다들 숨바들라 초반이 있어 만나지기 같은 차वर 300값수 셰바터 미기 간에 잠니지다 조바금 버자오 센도와 딱 오니 딱로 장심바지나 오니 계란배 나 내게와데 나 야부 총수 빼 디기다 나 취를 꿀자 대송 디기가 펜부 총수선에 너는 지야지도와 롬 장마진바지 루니바 통동 아조저지나 아니 내가 마케르지서 파는 쳐받아야 돼 개침벌이 이 왕는 답에 론 장진배까지잖아 알아래 어떻게 네가 꼭 와야 돼 개침벌이
The next was the next is number 4. That's my phone. Page 84. Third of the four, practice of accumulation and purification. Number 3, page 84. Making offerings to evil spirits. What is mentioned here is practice of the what we call somebody who is well trained somebody who is high intelligence, not for ordinary people, but of course there is ordinary people. For usually ordinary people or beginners, when they engage in this kind of making offering practices, there are many different text rituals that practitioners can do in order to to kind of to make these kind of offerings. For beginners, what they usually do, the main primary objective is don't be an obstacle, do not create barrier, and for that purpose they do kind of these kind of offerings. And when they make offerings, there are many different kind of ways of doing this kind of ritual offerings. So the beginners, the ordinary people, what they do is do not create problem or obstacles. So instead I'm kind of giving you this kind of offering, so maybe spiritual cake or some they create something to. But high practitioners, what they do is they do exactly opposite. Feel free to kind of do more practice, and whatever you did in the past was really helpful, and it is helping my practice of compassion, love, generosity and tolerance. So please go ahead and do more kind of create more kind of problems or obstacles. So they do the opposite. So the text mentioned here the practice of high level, not ordinary people, that beginners like us do here. So therefore, what you see here is page 84, making offerings to evil spirits. As explained earlier, in the context of thinking about the kindness of hostile forces, acquaint yourself with love, compassion, and patience, specifically towards them. So you do this kind of making offerings, but the purpose of doing this is to kind of to say thank you, just do more, or it is helping me, my kind of my practice in love, compassion, patience, tolerance. So Kajal was sharing his own example, his own kind of experience. He was saying there was a doctor in Dayton, Ohio, in his hospital. He kind of was having a problem with evil spirit, or the ghost, and he wants Geshe-la to kind of help to calm down the place. And so at that time Geshe-la was saying first time and no experience, so he consulted other practitioners, and he was advised go there with a text from there's a huge collection of the text, and among those collections what we call Sungdu, and within that there are several short texts which is primarily for kind of purifications of this kind of what we call purification of obstacles, the spirits, or maybe ghost. And he was like one is called 60 it's called kind of 60 verses, or 60 60 verses maybe, and recite that text and do kind of practice of love and compassion. And so he went there and did those practices, and it kind of really helped them. The place became much calmer, and there was they don't have that feeling of disturbances or problems causing by spirits or the ghosts. So it was really kind of it helped a lot. And likewise, His Holiness used to share his experience in nearby Dharamsala, where there was a river, and there was a bridge across that river, and people complaining always about some kind of evil spirits or ghost, and His Holiness went there, and he did nothing other than sort of meditation and compassion and love, and that alone kind of make a place calm. And so whatever positive activities that we do, it makes a great difference when you kind of do these kind of activities with the force of love and compassion. So what we see in this text here, as we mentioned before, is this is primarily a practice done by high-level practitioners, or those who have well-trained, and so therefore there are two ways of interpretations when we do, two ways of objective, when we do this kind of making offerings.
하게 다 기부다 봐. 좀 된데 소리야. 세대에 내 이거는 무슨 통과하는 거라서 근데 아마 기부다 봐. 갖고 있는 일도 지금 정말 도마부야 대시고 어떻게 좋게 대치고 그래 있어. 문제 좀 된데 기장하고 취진 그걸 이제 간사나 꾸진 거 자기 제발 최종 송만 나가서 최종 송만 쓰고 다 된시고 좀 된데 소리지. 이게 설정 기구도 담아도 준다. 이게 최 가져 경우에 이게 최 두근지가 이 랑이 막이 뿌리 저하나 진짜 이게 그와지는 지나다 배 도마 간에 쓰고 운전생 간에 가리고 what did it show 이게 인도가 뭐니 소화기비 잘해 지겨 이게 그 세바지는 랑이 최소 제는 그렇게 소화기비 잘 쉬우시게 지고 어떻게 간에 쓰고 있는데 다들 이것이 이실 거야 실내 주경 소마스이 되더라 가가 니어도 되는 되지 말고 양이 즉 오니 고배워 내리배 라도 배 나다 바다가 뭐 지도를 맞아 무슨 이식이 공부 내리배 대바소에 체견라 인체리지 라도 되게 담지 취기 잡고 아니 지수인 잠배야 라도 되게 어서 되게 고배워 내리배 잡에 꾸르잖아 대바소야 아니 대바소야 아니 배 대만 진이 아니 거기 대소라 아니 배 프로틀리 제야 아니 배 잡에 꾸르잖아 되게 잘 보다 프랑스 랭게네 가래어리 인디기 대만 숭아 대만 짐바 대리적인 기구지가 니 지긴세 켈레바 이주 다가송만한 소소시 켈렌치니 상인 돈로겐테네 말 담 계속 담바스 개과 왕 로페 부스토가 아니 배 템부지가 담바라 이 군진장시보다 같이 이체는 와 담반는 퇴제 미치시 가데 가왜 퇴진 완전히 돌아리 못 받다 돌아리 못이나 고 너들 뭔지 모르고 군대샤고 와라 살아리 못하나 농축지는 숲고 템포가 맞을 켈렌디 살아리 못봐 출려리 못봐는 나진도 봐도 용자는 냉상 너르고도 아주 켈리 아주 다 염로도 많이 손대도 뭐뭐 랭거래 너네 가나 하고 뭐 엄마 손도 엄마 손이야 손잡고 하시고 엄마 이쪽으로 아산 되고 담바 쓰기가라 돌을 못 가나 오늘 나랑 좀 맞아요 뭐 제가 좀 대소 어디 이게 되는데 도마 부자 같이 시도가 됐어
Number 4, offering ritual cakes to religious protectors and seeking their help. Religious protectors or guardians, sometimes they are also called protectors of the virtuous action or white activities or positive activities, and such as protectors, those have specifically taken kind of vows and commitment, or maybe kind of I don't know, given special kind of task responsibilities by Buddha Sakyamuni or Guru Padmasambhava or Lama Tsongkhapa. So religious protectors are those who actually make these kind of commitment decisions or taking responsibilities to further kind of protect the essays, the practitioners of religion, and how to kind of make these kind of rituals and seeking their help. And they are kind of unique specific ways of doing these kind of practices based on different lineages. And there are another kind of whole category of protectors which we see manifested in a very aggressive form, appearances such as Palden Lamo, aggressive form of Tara, and then Tamju Choge. Tamju Choge는 kala urti Yamare. Dilla Yamanda ko Yamakare. Dharma Raja, the aggressive form of Manjushra. Sure, they are, you see in. Yamantaka is aggressive manifestation, but it's not considered as a religious protector. They are different. So all those aggressive manifestations could be come under this religious protector, and those religious protectors or guardians, unlike ordinary people, they have made, as mentioned before, commitment, decisions to protect, and their commitment is not like ours, as we see mentioned in the Kunchen Javan Shepherd's text, that once they have made a commitment, their commitment would be like a carving on the stone or rocks. It becomes for a long time, unlike ordinary people's commitment, which is like a drawing on the sand or water. We take lots of vows, commitments, but then we don't hold on to as it should be, and also kind of not knowing lots of how to properly practice those commitments or vows that we have taken before. Offering ritual cakes to religious protectors and seeking their help, arrange as they may clean as many clean ritual cakes as you can afford, and visualizing them as the most magnificent and extensive offerings. Offer them to the religious protector you have invoked through the prescribed ritual. So it begins with kind of proper arrangement or setting up your offerings on the altar. And when you do actual kind of offering, as we mentioned in the earlier teachings, you can have a offering that is on the altar that you actually have, and then you can also visualize offering through your imagination or visualizations. As broad as you can through your visualization. And when you do that kind of offering, what should be kind of your intention or thought or purpose here? It says, you should pray from the depths of your heart. May I be able to see adverse circumstances as the path to enlightenment, as the holy Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the past have done. And just as the precious awakening mind, which is the core of the general body of the teachings of the great vehicle, was born in the mind streams of the holy ones of the past, may I generate, maintain, and increase my mind stream. And may I be granted your virtuous health so that I may be able to benefit sentient beings through body, speech, and mind whenever I see, hear, think, or come into contact with them. So the very purpose of this making, offering to religious protectors is, since this practice is for generation of altruism, your main purpose is to generate altruistic mind. And you are saying, as we see in this paragraph, just like a past, enlightened beings and bodhisattvas have done, may I be blessed with this, precious awakening mind, bodhicitta, which is the essence of all of this practice here. May it be kind of generated in me if I haven't attained yet. If I've already attained it, may further kind of bless me to maintain and preserve it. And not only that, further kind of increase sort of forever in my mind stream. Because these kind of qualities, altruism, compassion, love, in itself, by nature they can be increased to unlimited extent. So if you try to improve it, there's no kind of limitation. You can improve kind of forever. So instead of just kind of making it kind of stagnant, make these kind of prayers or wishes so that it can improve forever. And simply using kind of when you have set up all those ritual cakes and altars, simply using the essence mantra Om Ahum that we usually use. Om Ahum, Om kind of represents what we call the Vajra, the body of all enlightened being. Kind of represents or symbolize the Vajra speech of all enlightened beings, and then Hum symbolize the Vajra mind of all enlightened beings. And especially in tantric practices, using these kind of three syllable, there is visualizations that you can do along with the recitations when you recite, the whom. You visualize kind of sort of pale blue, tingale monaro, dark blue color, kind of the dropping in the in your altar setup, and then visualize that whom basically purified everything, transform everything into from kind of ordinary into kind of celestials, the offering, and the whom does the the purification part, and when you recite you visualize kind of red color. It's a red drop, and 뒤지 줄이더라. 손자 가서 계시는 마음 무슨 자 돌아야지 갈래. 자기 자망 So visualization of when you're reciting the kind of the color is kind of red, maybe like a red drop that is kind of falling in your altar, or just in the altar bowl, and then it turns everything into this sort of nectar, and everything then turns like a water in your offering bowl into color of it's a color when you boil tea leaves for a long time. You see kind of the brownish like that kind of color, and the taste you visualize kind of sour taste, but the nature of that nectar is whatever you kind of throw in there, it immediately melts like a stone or bone. So that kind of ability, and then finally Om, when you recite Om. The color white, and what Om does is, in your visualization, kind of it multiplies whatever that you have offered or set up on the altar, but multiply increases, but not in a sense that everything's kind of overflowing, but rather they are kind of full, but it can be never it never get kind of decreases. The more it is used, the kind of it always remain kind of same full, and the taste of offering now becomes all kind of sweet, and so these are related with the tantric practices, and whatever offerings that we do, such as in our day-to-day life, or offering before taking of food, this Om Ahum should be kind of most convenient, and it can be used as a blessing, and like we find in practice of refuge, reciting offering before taking a meal, and one can use this Om Ahum as well as other there are offering prayers that you can do, and so when making this kind of offering, it would be more further kind of beneficial, thinking about the food that I'm going to take is now kind of blessed by enlightened beings or bodhisattvas, and I have received those blessings, and through those blessings I've kind of experienced blissful, and these kind of visualizations further kind of makes practice more meaningful or productive. So we're going to stop here, and Any questions? You have Buzz.
Geshe-la was talking about the Dorje Sempa mantra, the 100-syllable mantra, and quite a few of us know it, and some of us have received visualization from various people, but would it be appropriate, and would Geshe-la consider giving visualization of that now?
도지 선배 검대 제대로 유 미카시다 하고 그래서 나중에 아니 고메다 미과장에서로 니 아니 디고라 직송도로 해서 미과장다다 도심 도지 선배 검대 되고
도지 선배 검대 다 미바 차상 지제나 하고를 지야래 하게 도지 선배 검대 고라는 상담가 있나 तेरे कोशिश से बात है दंबाई ना को पता नहीं फेंका दिया थे तेरे अभी फेंका काया था शूज फेंक गया है चिप अने तो जितो ताती जी मुझे से भी नीपा क्या ने दीची भाई ना अने काचे समय सीमा तो लेगी नमी शिव ताली से अने लक्ष्य में शूज सुंगा Vegetable को vegetable देने vegetable याची यारे इंजी यारे vegetable याक्यां vegetable चलना तो नीचे vegetable को संपान ने vegetable तुगे घूम देलाने बाजार से तो समय में पाले ऐसे ये वाला तो और क्या समझता यानी तेरी बात vegetable इतने ने तुकार अराउंड संपूर्ण 주 어제 나가데 찌두리지 성분에 배 쏘다 인도에 왜지 비스모를 주 아니 랑기 비탐제 강 아니 배 지마탐제 딱 루마 이승주고는 디바다에 성파 아니 디 아니 배 사월 뭐고요 소 디바티 나니 니다 두고도 수근나 봤어지 아니 배 딱디 가시 숨 나만 숨긴 때문에 아니 데시비티 이때는 알아 바에 손에 시다 신시 아니 카나와 이상해 아니 카카 같은 데서 야고 여기서 숨긴 때는 숨도 어디도 쓰지 아니 이 디가 따발했는데 나 랑기 비데 가서 어디 랑신데 차 세봉 야다바네 랑기 비데 데리시 내가 진짜 이 삼단에 되는 때 어트 가격이 생기는 거 생긴 남직이 유명할 수 있겠다. 어디야 되기 나진지 바사를 그 물어봤어. 아니 시다신시 개나와서 도시는데 도시는 가격이 생긴 게 유명할 수 있는 거 디바다. 우선은 디바들이 식장 중에는 시다 된다고요. 이런 거는 레상도 그니까 이 삼 코리아를 가보지도 와. 그 칸이 라버든 나진지 애니 소소하게 된 건데 삼 다디가라 가보지도 와. 이제 용돈이니까 시에나 가보도 와. 비디치는 게
So Vajrasattva mantra as I mentioned before, although doing a complete visualization might be complete and detail might be difficult, but the purpose, as we mentioned before, is beneficial in not letting negative actions kind of multiply, and it can have a purification, everything except those kind of immeasurable non-virtuous act. And when you look at the images of the Vajrasattva, you can see a different manifestation, what we call just male or father figure alone, and then mother or maybe both. But most common and easiest would be Vajrasattva, male alone or father alone holding a Vajra, at the heart. and you visualize Vajrasattva image kind of facing to you, and this mantra, the of Vajrasattva, Om Vajra, so you visualize that mantra kind of circle in a clockwise, at the heart of Vajrasattva, and then you visualize coming out of lights from that heart, 5 different lights, 5 different colors, and those all 5 different colors coming out from Vajrasattva. The 5 different colors of light or rays represents 5 wisdoms of 5 Buddhas, and you visualize those 5 colors rays kind of falling at the tip of your head, and then it turns into a nature of nectar, and then kind of sort of simmer down your body. And when that happens, you visualize complete purifications of your speech, body, and mind, and all kind of negativities, the physical body and minds, kinds of sort of comes out from your body, in the form of kind of black liquid oozing out from your skin. And some lineages, the visualizations talks about when this comes out from your body, it dissolves or enters down into 9 stages of ground, and some talks about kind of going those black liquid into the mouth of the dead, and therefore blocking the dead and dying, and then you visualize your body turning into kind of nature of light rays, as if kind of crystal, pure, totally clean, and then rays light comes out from your body, and then it kind of falls into all other sentient beings, and thereby again kind of purifying every other sentient beings, and you kind of focus on that kind of process of visualization in this Vajrasattva mantra. But it's kind of easy to explain in a words, but however, when you actually sit and do visualizations, it's not that easy, but this is how easy way of doing a visualizations of usually call the visualizations of receiving or falling off the nectar and purifications. So the name of this practice itself kind of has this meaning, using a nectar as a purification. So when you receive 5 different colors of light from Vajrasattva, those are the 5 wisdoms, of the 5 Buddhas, and then it enters into your body in the form of nectar, and then what it purifies is, as mentioned before, all obscurations, obstacles, negativities, and when those the negativities comes out from your body and falling into the mouth of death and dying, it kind of symbolizes the sort of ceasing of your death and dying, but however, as we mentioned before, when you sit on a cushion and do actual practice, it is not easy as we just verbally explains. And not simply kind of representatives, but if you do engage in the practice, there is a great benefit. Last question.
So when we do visualization, should we have our
미보장에서 미좀 내대고 그래서.
미 맞춤나 야야요. 미데 따로 게디가라 렌도 미 나제 미 주마마 다나마다지 나제 미데 삼리톤 답에 미 빠데 차고 저 일로 또 배다 미기 왕시라 말이 삼다나 일로 또 배다 미가라 미 준나 그래서 이어 말이 내가 그래야 된 또서 내가 제 용을 그래서 대성이 온 말이 아니 도스미 주마마 좀 당마다도 제 일로 또 니 차례나 몸게나 때 살아야 그래서 수도와 쉬고 된다 중들어가 말이야 미 준나 중간에가 되네 가요 집에 지켜라 왔다니 그거 봐도 집에 가라 본디디 일로 있으면 내가 뭐야 찾고 와야지 일로 또
It's better not to close eyes. It might be helpful temporarily, but when you do meditation, you are trying to meditate or making familiar, gaining a familiarity in your kind of mind. It's a conceptual, it's a thought process, not kind of sensory level consciousness. So meditation has to be going in your mind, not just with your eyes. Not with your eyes. So if you meditate with closing your eyes, then we're talking the calm abiding meditation. There might be a risk of influence, getting influenced by dullness or laziness, and therefore kind of falling asleep. But there might be a temporary benefit, but generally it is advice to maintain vision kind of eyes open, not kind of what we call kind of in the meditation we see bringing down to the tip of side tip of nose, so not totally closing it but not totally kind of wide open. Yes. Yawa dida samje rabzu ngo tusum shabe yawa samje ki ngo kangla chodo ngo da shen yewe zawa digen ya sambo junje rabzu ngo aike. In Indiana and the circle by snow-white mountains, the source of all kindness and benefits flows near present generosity, tends and gyato, remained into some lands. Just as the Bodhisattva Manjushri attain omniscience and Samanta Bhatta too, so now I too dedicate these merits to train and follow in their footsteps. As all the victorious Buddhas of past, present and the future praise dedication to the Supreme, so now I do dedicate this source of my merit for all beings to perfect good actions.